Good afternoon, everybody. We are going to see the replication of DNA. Replication means exact copy of DNA is called as the replication or the replica. So the exact copy of DNA is called the replica. How it is produced? How the exact copies of DNA are produced? Here, suppose this is the DNA. And the exact copy of DNA, we want here such exact copy of DNA. Then what is the first step to produce the exact copy of DNA? This is the point where it has to cut first, and this point is called as the point of origin. Look at here, where the DNA is cut, such point is called as the point of DNA, and it cut with the help of enzyme, endonuclease enzyme. Endonuclease enzyme is used to cut the DNA. This endonuclease enzyme is also called as molecular scissor. It is also called as the genetic scalpel. That's why it is called as the genetic scalpel. It cut the DNA, therefore it is called as the genetic scalpel. So by using this endonuclease enzyme, this DNA is cut at this level. In case of bacteria, the replication point is the 1. But in case of eukaryotic DNA, the replication points are 1 or more than 1. So here it cut at this level, it may be cut at this level. So the point of origin are the different and they are maybe more than 1. Whenever it cut with that endonuclease enzyme, then this is the DNA. This DNA, with the help of that endonuclease enzyme, also it breaks weak hydrogen bonds which are present in between these two strands. You know that weak hydrogen bonds are present in between A, T, G and C. How many weak hydrogen bonds are present in between A and T? 2 weak hydrogen bonds are present in between A and T. And how many weak hydrogen bonds are present in between G and C? 3 weak hydrogen bonds are present in between G and C. So to break that weak hydrogen bond between nucleotides or between these nitrogen bases with the help of that endonuclease enzyme. By breaking this weak hydrogen bond, here these two strands they get separate. And here you know that the DNA of these two strands has a capacity to wind up. As to become unwind, here the enzyme is required, and this enzyme is helicase enzyme. Or DNA unwinding protein. What we call it is a DNA unwinding protein, or also it is also called the RIP enzyme. So with the help of that helicase enzyme or the DNA unwinding protein, these two DNA strands they get separate. But this DNA strand has a great ability to become double stranded. That's why it has to separate, and here to separate that again enzyme is used, and this enzyme is called as SSBP. What is the long form of that SSBP? Single stranded DNA binding protein. What is the long form? Single stranded DNA binding protein. So due to that SSBP or the single stranded DNA binding protein, these two strands remain separate. These two strands they remain separate with the help of that single stranded DNA binding protein. Okay, now look at here. This is this DNA. These two strands, they get separate and it looks like a inverted Y-like structure, and this inverted Y-like structure is called as replication fork. Replication fork. This inverted Y-like structure is called the replication fork. You know that on this DNA strand the nucleotides are present. Suppose on that nucleotide here the A is present, here the T, G, C, again here the A, T, G. Which are the complementary nucleotides present on the another strands? A pairs with, yes, A pairs with, A always pairs with T. T always pairs with G. Whether it is correct? T always pairs with G? No. T pairs with A. Okay. T pairs with A. G pairs with C. C again pairs with, yes, anybody? C again pairs with G. Then again A pairs with, yes, A pairs with T. Correct. A pairs with T. T pairs with, yes, A. Correct. T pairs with A. G pairs with, yes, G pairs with C. C. Correct. G pairs with C. So this is called the complementary nucleotide. So these complementary nucleotides are present on these two strands, and these DNA two strands, they bind together with the help of weak hydrogen bonds. But with the help of that endonuclease enzyme, these two or the weak hydrogen bond get break, and these two strands, they remain separate. Okay. So this is the replication fork, and on that replication fork, look at here. This is the replication fork. It is the inverted Y-like structure. That's why it is called as the replication fork. It has the orientation. Which orientation is present here? Which type of orientation is present here? 3 dash. 3 dash orientation, and here 5 dash. Opposite to that, which orientation is present? Which one is the opposite to that 3 dash? Which one is the opposite to that 3 dash? 5 dash. Okay. And here 3 dash. So DNA strands are anti-parallel. You know that DNA strands are the anti-parallel. One strand is ascending, another strand is descending. That's why it is called the anti-parallel. So which are the nucleotides? Again says that, yes, A. Which one? A. Yes, A. Whatever it may be. A. Out of A, T, G, C. T, T. Which one? G. Here? G. Which one here? C. C. Which one is here? T. T. Which one? Again? G. G. Okay. Which one? A. A. Which one is the complementary to A? Which one is complementary to A? A always pairs with? A always pairs with? T. T. T always pairs with? G. A. T pair with A. A pairs with T. T pairs with A. G pairs with C. C pairs with T. Yes, C pairs with G. T pairs with again A, T, G, C. A, T pairs with A. G pairs with C. A again pairs with T, T. Okay. So these are the two anti-parallel strands. With the help of that two anti-parallel strands, the new strand is produced. Replica means exact copy of DNA. New strands are produced on the original strand. This strand is called the template. Here it is called the template. Here it is also called the template. Why it is called the template? Yes, anybody? Why it is called the template? Template means the half information is given. Half information is given in your mobile. The templates are present. As like Yes, I am in a meeting. I will call delta dash. I am in a meeting. I will meet you delta dash. As like this, here half information is given. That's why it is called as the template. That's why it is called as the template. So the half information is given, and on the newly produced strand, which nitrogen bases should be present here, they are depend on that template strand. Okay. So which one is the another newly produced? How that newly produced strand is produced? First of all, here the RNA primer is necessary. This is the RNA primer. RNA primer means it attracts the complementary nucleotide. The complementary nucleotide to that nucleotides present on that DNA, they are attracted with the help of that RNA primer. So the RNA primer, it attracts the complementary nucleotide present in the cytoplasm of that cell or the nucleus of that cell. To know that the DNA is present in the nucleus, and the nucleus contains the nucleoplasm, as well as this nucleoplasm contains the nucleotides. Nucleotides are present having a different nitrogen bases. So these nucleotide, activated nucleotide, they are attracted towards here. A is complementary. Which one is the complementary? Yes. Hurry up. A, T, 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 A. Again G, C, C, G, T, A, G, C, A, T, T. As like this, here the new strand is produced. The process of formation of new strand is continuous and fast because the nucleotides, they attract towards the RNA primer. The complementary nucleotide attracts towards the RNA primer continuously and fastly. That's why here the newly produced strand on this template is called as leading strand. What we call it is a leading. Why it is called as a leading? Because the nucleotides, they attract continuously and fast. The newly produced strand is continuous and fast. That's why it is called as the leading strand. But what happens here? Look at here. On the other hand, here the RNA primer is necessary for the synthesis of new strand. This is the RNA primer. No doubt it is a template. It provides the half information. It provides the nucleotides, and to that nucleotide, the complementary nucleotides are attached and newly produced, or the new strand is produced. So the firstly RNA primer is necessary. Here the RNA primer is necessary. It attracts the A. Okay. Here the A nucleotide is attracted. After that, after some time, the process is stopped, and again here the RNA primer is necessary because the process is slow. RNA primer is necessary. Then after some time, here the G nucleotide is attracted, which is complementary to that C. Again the process stops. Again the RNA primer is necessary. Here the primer is necessary. And which nucleotide is attracted towards that A? Which one? T. T is attracted toward that A. Again process stopped. Then here the RNA primer is necessary. Which nucleotide is necessary here? Yes? C. Correct. C is necessary for pairing of that G. Again here the RNA primer. Which nucleotide is should be here? G. G. Correct. Then again RNA primer is necessary. Which nucleotide is necessary for? T. T. Which nucleotide is attracted here? A. Yes. A is attracted here. As like this, here the nucleotide attracted, but the process is the slow, very slow and discontinuous. Process is very slow and discontinuous. That's why each and every nucleotide requires RNA primer. Here the process is continuous and fast. That's why here the RNA primer is not required in each and every nucleotide. At the initial stage, RNA primer is required. But what happens here? This process is slow and discontinuous. That's why each and every nucleotide requires the RNA primer. And such fragments are called as Okazaki fragments. Okazaki fragments. Such fragments are called the Okazaki fragments. That is wake up, zopla. Wake up, zopla. Whenever you are going to take or giving the test, then what happens? You study only for the 2 lessons. But what happens here? After some time, here you take the break. This break, that means you may wake up, again you sleep. That is Okazaki fragments. As like this. Here the Okazaki fragments are produced, and what happens? Now here the break is present. This break, it gets joined. It should be joined with the help of ligase enzyme. With the help of ligase enzyme. With the help of ligase enzyme, these breaks are joined by the enzyme ligase. By enzyme ligase, here the breaks are joined. The Okazaki fragments are joined. That's why the ligase enzyme is called the stick fast. It is the stick fast in case of the molecular basis, or in case of that genetic level, or in case of molecular level of the gene. The ligase is a stick fast, and the endonuclease enzyme is a scissor, molecular scissor, molecular stick fast and molecular scissor. As like this, here the 2 strands are produced, and this strand is called as lagging strand. Why it is called the lagging strand? Because the process is discontinuous and slow. That's why process is called the lagging strand, or the newly produced strand is called the lagging strand. As like this, here the 2 strands are produced. One strand is leading strand, another strand is the lagging strand. On a template, the templates are called the lagging template, and the template is called the leading template. That is the template on which leading strand is produced or called the leading template. The template on which lagging strand is produced or called the lagging template. The leading template orientation of the leading template is 3' to 5', and the orientation of lagging template is again 5' to 3'. Okay, do you get my point? As like this, here the 2 strands are produced, and new strands are produced. Newly strands, look at here, the newly produced strands are the original DNA, and on that original DNA, the newly produced strand, it appears on that original strand. Look at here. This is the original strand, and this is the newly produced strand. Newly produced strand. Here again the original strand and the newly produced strand. The 50% strand of the DNA is the original, and 50% strand is newly produced. That's why it is called as a semi-conservative method. 50% strand is the old and it is conserved. That's why it is called as the semi-conservative method. Semi-conservative method. Why it is called the semi-conservative method? Because during replication of DNA, the 50% strand is the original and it is conserved or old and conserved, and 50% strand is newly produced. That's why it is called the semi. Semi means half. 50%. 50% is the old and 50% is the newly produced. That's why it is called the semi-conservative method. Meselson style, it is proved with the help of using the heavy nitrogen isotopes. We will see later what is the experiment, what they did. So this is the simple method for the replication of DNA. Do you get my point? What is the meaning of replica? Replica means exact copy of DNA is called the replica. Yes. Then Which are the enzymes used for this replication of DNA? Which enzymes are used? Endonuclease enzyme. This is the first enzyme. This one is the first enzyme which is used. Endonuclease enzyme. What is the function of endonuclease enzyme? To cut the DNA. Which one is the another enzyme? Helicase enzyme or the DNA unwinding protein. It is useful for to unwind the DNA. To unwind the DNA, here the helicase enzyme or the DNA unwinding protein is used. Then third one, SSBP. SSBP is useful for the that is the DNA strands that remains unwind. To remains the unwind, this SSBP is useful. Then the another enzyme is, which one is the another enzyme? 1, 2, 3, 4th. Fourth is the another enzyme, ligase enzyme. It joins the Okazaki fragment. So these 4 enzymes are necessary during the replication of DNA. Then which are the different steps produced in that replication of DNA? Which one is the first step? This is the first step. Point of origin. Point of origin is the first step. That is the where the DNA cut is called the point of origin. Which one is the another step? Formation of replication core. Before that, here the nucleotides are attracted for the synthesis of nucleosynthesis of DNA formation. So the activated nucleotides, which one? Activated nucleotides are required. So this is the another step. Activated nucleotides are produced in the cell. The nucleotides are present, but they are in a inactive form. They are activated by addition of ATP molecules. So the activation of nucleotide is the another step. This one is the another step. Then which one is that? Replication fork is the third step. Formation of replication fork. What is the shape of that replication fork? It is an inverted Y-like structure. Then it produces the template. Which are the two templates? Leading template and the lagging template. On leading template, leading strand is produced. And on lagging template, lagging strand is produced. So the fourth step is formation of leading strand and lagging strand. Leading and lagging strand. This is the another step. Then by joining, that is the Okazaki fragments are produced in the lagging strand. And then after that, here there is no function. The function is not remained for that RNA primer. That's why the RNA primer may be removed with the help of RNase enzyme. Which enzyme? RNase enzyme. RNase enzyme. With the help of RNase enzyme, the RNA primers are removed. So the another additional enzyme is RNase enzyme. Do you get my point? Okay. So what is the exercise? Today's exercise is draw a neat labeled diagram for the replication of DNA. Draw a neat labeled diagram for the replication of DNA. Second question is, which enzymes are used in the DNA replication? Which enzymes are used in DNA replication? Third question is, what are the steps produced in replication of DNA? Or what are the steps involved in the replication of DNA? And last question is, why the DNA replication is called the semi-conservative method?